So hello everybody, my name's Emmanuel and I'll be presenting my book tracker app, which is my app for the front end module project. So what is my book tracker app? So basically it's a React SPA. The main idea is that it uses an external API, which is, for this case we use Open Library, to let users be able to search for books using that API, and lets them save those books to a collection of theirs so they can keep track of which books they're reading. Um, so this is some of the technologies we use. So I use React for the front end framework to build components for the AI, for the UI, for different parts of the front end interface. I also use React Router to implement client side routing, and I use nested routes along with URL parameters for specific books. So for global state management, I use Sustand for book collection to be able to manage state across the components. For CSS, I use Tailwind CSS to be able to directly embed the CSS styling into the JSX files. For React, I used React Testing Library, so to be able to be able to test the different components. And for the external API, I used Open Library API to be able to search for books and get specific information about books we saved. So I'll be walking you through a demo app. So the app for the demo. So I'll go through a homepage, search for books, look at the details, add them to my collections, and sort of see how that collection looks. And so this is the book tracker app. I deployed using Render. So this is deployed on Render. This is the most up-to-date version. And so here, this is the home page. We have basically my books. We can go to the collections. It has some immediate feedback that we have 0 books, but we also have um, something on the top right, the my books, which allows us to see how many books we have. And so this is the main functionality for searching for books. It says, gives you information that we're using Open Library API. So for example, I can look for a specific title like Hill. And so maybe the Napoleon of Notting Hill, I can add to my book, get immediate feedback too. So it turns red, signifying that we're going to remove this if we click that. And we also get some feedback on the top right where it says my books. And we have one book there currently saved. We can also click on the specific book to get more information about it. For example, here we get a description about it. This is all coming from the API. Subjects is associated to, and we can add it directly here too. Um, so Think and Grow Rich. This seems like a book I would like. So add to my books. It says in my collection, and I can remove books as well. And we can see the feedback again over there. We can go back to the book tracker. We go to the homepage. We see my books, and if we go to my books, we're presented with a collection of our books of the ones we currently have. And so for in this specific page, we have two potential viewing options. So we have grid where it would display each as a sort of a block and with the information, or a list. If we want to quickly scroll, we have smaller viewings, but be able to scroll quicker to see. We can also directly go into here and see the information, remove from books, and manage the collection here as well. You can always go back and look for more books. So what I learned, so basically I learned how to create a single page application using React and React Router, fetching and managing data from an external API, using Sustand for global state processes across components. So I was new to Sustand, so this is something that I had to learn from zero. Also writing unit tests. I had created apps before, but this is the first time I created a unit test for for my application, which was something very interesting to do. Responsive UI design with Tailwind CSS as well. So it's very interesting using CSS to be able to quickly develop um, styling for your application. So what are some next steps? So I think creating some custom like theme customization for users, for example, dark mode, being able to toggle that. Reading status tracking. For example, maybe if we have a specific book that's finished, then we might mark it as finished, reading maybe a progress of where we're at in that book, or maybe something that we haven't even started but we want to read it. Persistent storage. So currently, there's only every time we load this site, then the information goes away. There's no persistent storage, so adding persistent storage so that it would survive refreshes and users are able to track their data long term. Definitely something helpful. So thank you. That was my application. Thank you all for watching.